My life kept on showing me who I was, but I wasn't ready to listen. I had a happy childhood. I really loved people. I saw the positive in everyone. I didn't see negativity. I was pure love and acceptance. And I carried that through. As long as I can remember, I flourished from it. It made me see the world with like roses and flowers. I'd wake up every day excited about the opportunities. And it changed my environment. I had a wonderful community around me, really supportive teachers who truly cared about me. There was a lot of love. And then came my teenage years. They were different. Everyone fighting for space, recognition, and acceptance. And I didn't really like it. We stopped being nice and started judging one another, jostling for position, who was top girl. And I just didn't fit in. So I didn't have that anger, that need to be the boss or undermine other people. So I just carried on being nice. And while I didn't get into trouble, I did hop from group to group. I had friends, but I didn't really fit in with one clique. But I was kind enough and nice enough. Nobody really wanted to start with me. But I wasn't acceptable enough to be part of the gang because I didn't really believe in it. Then we moved house and I had to resettle in a new area. And a strange thing happened. People started to follow me. I moved to a new area and people were listening to everything I had to say, and I started to form a gathering around me. But it wasn't equal. I didn't feel comfortable with it. They were looking to me to tell them what to do. And I rejected that. I wanted them to feel empowered for themselves. I'd seen it before. It was the same thing that had happened in my other school. The head girl, she would tell the others how to act and they would all follow. But I didn't want to be that person. So I pushed it away. But then they kind of turned on me. And I was ostracized. And it didn't feel great, but I was thankful for it because I didn't really like what I was seeing. It was a strange time because that was my first real experience of disappointment. I guess I was just really disappointed in people. And how they showed up for themselves and others. They had a choice to be better, but they chose the easy route. They chose to be accepted, to be a follower. I was very confused by this. I still am. There is a part of me that does like acceptance. I'm human. But over time, what I came to realize is the most important thing. So I've got to accept myself. The truth is, for a really long time, I didn't have a tribe. And I was okay with that. But what I created was a version of myself that could get by. A version of myself that fitted in enough, but didn't really commit to anyone. I became the phantom. I was never really there. I was all smiles. I was accepting. I was kind. I was polite. I was opinionated. I wasn't a pushover. But I never really let anyone see me because I was still figuring out who I was. And I didn't want anyone else to impact me and my development, my journey to myself. I realize that now. At the time, I wouldn't have been able to verbalize what was going on. I just knew I didn't feel safe with them. So I never let them see me. And I was okay with that. In hindsight, I know I was just protecting myself. I was consciously avoiding. I became a perfectionist at it. I was stuck in that phase of my life for a really long time. When I look back, I realized that I really didn't have any opinions about anything. I would show up, I would look around the room, and I would read people and figure out what I needed to do to make the people happy, to get by and make it a pleasing encounter. That was how I entered every situation for over 40 years. And it worked. People like to be served. People like to be around people that want to please them. And I felt at the time that it was pleasing to me too. I was getting something from it. I was getting acceptance. I was getting recognition. I was moving forward in life. Little hassle. It was working. Until one day, it didn't. Something changed in me. started getting uncomfortable in my own skin. Couldn't put my finger on it, but I wasn't okay being in my own company. It was very much about external gratification, external recognition, which I would seek. But then here's the funny thing about it. When I'd get it, I'd reject it, and I didn't want it. So you work so hard for that attention, and then you get it, and you go, oh no, don't look at me. It was really weird, and I had no idea what was going on. I showed up in friendships, work, and relationships. I felt like I was dealing with imposter syndrome in my own life. I'd get what I wanted, and then I'd sabotage myself time and time again. I'm not living up to what I guess I realized deep down. I wasn't living up to the image of myself that was buried as a child. I was somebody else. And I was hiding. And it was comfortable. But then it wasn't. And then came the pain and the fighting. Started going from this positive outlook to seeing injustice. Everywhere I looked, there was injustice. It really bothered me. I saw it in the way the human race generally were to each other. How men treated women. How people were in the workplace. They just weren't nice. And it really ate at me. I couldn't understand it. And I started going into a spiral because it's all I'd see. And then it's all I started to experience. Discrimination, victimization, grievances, time and time and time again. Until it nearly broke me. I had no choice but to deal with why this was showing up. But I wouldn't go down easy. I fought at every turn. I built successful, financially successful, senior career. I started having a spiritual awakening. It was really inconvenient. I had to deal with these things. And it wouldn't go away. Because the more I ignored it, the louder it got. And my world came crashing down around me. Everything I thought I was changing, and I didn't like it. What would it mean if I wasn't this person anymore? It was in this career, it was on this ladder. Just showing up and smiling. Fake smiles. But getting the job done. I was really good at what I did. fake or not, I got results. I was miserable. I kept on feeling I was surrounded by the wrong people. And everything changed. I stopped fighting. I started listening. I started listening to myself. I got really quiet. Really quiet. And then I heard something. A voice inside my head. I thought I was going crazy. I really did. And it said, you need to be reborn. I had no idea. No idea what it meant. See, I was thinking of giving up. I'd had enough of this life. It wasn't working out the way I'd expected. It was really painful. A cycle had repeated itself time and time and time again. And I felt like this world was trying to break me. What I did, eventually, after a lot of internal searching, is stopped being a victim. I started to remember how happy I was as a child, how positive the world was to me. I recognized the power that I had back then. How I changed things just with the power of my thoughts and my intention. We all played together at school. At lunchtime, the whole school all played together. I motivated that. We had no bullying, no fights. The teacher said to me, "We'll never forget you. You touched our hearts. You really changed You really changed what we thought was possible." And I only did what I thought was natural. I let my good shine. Got a great pleasure out of looking for the goodness in people, seeing their strengths and highlighting those. Life had forced me through many trials and many letdowns to start seeing the negative. And I really needed to turn that around. Get back to what I know. get back to me throughout everything. My spirit. My inner spirit. My inner voice fought for me. It knew who I was, and it never forgot. But at a time when I felt lost, it reminded me who I was. So I found my way back to myself. And now I've made it my mission to make sure I get as many people as I can back to themselves too. We all deserve to feel this good. It's our birthright. It's real. It's not fake. This isn't a sales pitch. This is my life. If I didn't connect with my spirit, I wouldn't be here. It showed me the way back to myself. And now I'm in a place I could never have imagined. If anyone had told me years ago that this is where I'd be, I wouldn't believe it. I've never felt stronger, more confident, more self-assured. I truly love myself, and I see myself for who I truly am. I show up authentically now. I know what my boundaries are. And as a result, my life has just attracted me to so many wonderful experiences and people. It's a blessing. We all deserve to feel this good. From someone who thought it was impossible to someone now calls himself a Spirit Geek. Because my spirit persisted. It was obsessed with me. Didn't give up. Followed me around. And bought tickets to my shows. My spirit was my #1 fan. And in the end, it found me. And now I'm here. That's why I created Your Spirit Geek. That's why I do what I do. I promise to work as hard as I can to ensure you get this feeling too. I think the only way I can describe it is inner peace, calm, excitement and joy, love, all at the same time. And it's a constant. Even when life is throwing me the most challenging things, and believe me, life doesn't get easier. You just approach things differently when you're connected with yourself. It's so powerful. Changes everything. I feel blessed. I'm so grateful. Find your way back to yourself. Find your way to your spirit geek.